What is up? This is your LA in a minute. And as the calendar turns to 2024, more than 24 new laws are going into effect in Los Angeles and California, including the use of speed cameras to fine speeding drivers as much as $500. I want to talk about that and some of the significant new laws going onto the books. Let's get into it. About those speed cameras, it's a pilot program and it's not going to be implemented for at least a couple months, but it's going to be utilized in Long Beach, Glendale, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland in areas near schools with a lot of car crashes or places known for street racing. Drivers can be fined $50 for speeding 11 to 15 miles an hour over the limit, and charges can be as high as $500 for going more than 100 miles an hour. Another new law is regarding cannabis. Specifically, it makes it unlawful for an employer to discriminate against a person in the hiring, termination, or any condition of employment for utilizing cannabis. That said, they still can prohibit you from being high at work. Another new California law going into effect January 1st prohibits the use of a person's credit history as part of the application process to rent housing. The tenant still must be able to prove that they can pay, but the history will no longer be allowed when determining a decision. Now, 3 separate laws regarding minimum wage are going on the books. City to city minimum wage can vary, but California-wide, the minimum wage is going to be increased to $16 an hour. And as of April 1st, that minimum is going to be $23 an hour for healthcare workers. Additionally, as of April 1st, fast food workers will receive a minimum of $20 per hour statewide. And at long last, another law that's going into effect, thankfully for Los Angeles, is the repeal of no cruising laws. The previous law had been in effect since 1988 and again varies city to city, but statewide, cruising is now allowed. Another law going into effect statewide as of July of this year is that California is going to add an 11% state tax on all sales of firearms and ammo sold in the state. Senate Bill 673 will also be going into effect, which creates an Ebony Alert for missing black children and young women. This is similar to Amber Alerts, and it would inform people of missing black children and young women between the ages of 12 and 25. Now, several new laws this year pertain to children. The first of which is that kids will have to learn cursive, a skill that's fallen out of favor with the use of laptops and tablets. Educators say that spelling by hand helps the children build their vocabularies and learn spelling in a way that typing does not. Another rule regarding children's education is requiring public school students to take media literacy courses. This is going to enable them to discern real news from fake information and advertising, and it's a response to the pervasive use of social media by young people. Now, also pertaining to children, but aimed at department stores with more than 500 employees, those stores will now be required to have a gender-neutral section of children's toys. And Senate Bill 407 says the California Department of Social Services will be directed to ensure that LGBTQ youth are placed with supportive and gender-affirming foster parents. So every year there are new laws in Los Angeles and California, and these are some ones that I've found significant. So be safe, be aware, and don't speed unless you want a ticket. All right, LA, it's been a minute.